This conference will now be recorded.
We talked about in yesterday, guys. If the server get restarted without stopping the Mongo, if it is 3.2 or 3.0 Mongo version server, it will create some issue. Like MongoDB log file will maintain the session details, and that need to be emptied out. How does it do? When you gracefully shut down the Mongo, then it will go through that process and then it will release that entry from the log file. But if you don't do that, there will be a problem with it. So in the higher versions, it is rectified, but if it is a lower version, you definitely have to worry about basically. So Mongo is not running. Really? It seems I stopped it. Anyway, right, Mongo is not starting, so Mongo user can start. Mongo d-f etc. Oh, sorry. Right. So if we see there is something called, we discussed this quick recap, guys. So here there is one file. The file is called MongoDB lock. Okay, this is MongoDB lock. This is a file which maintains this MongoDB process ID by default, basically. So if you shut down the Mongo and this will file get emptied, like it will not have anything as an entry. But if you don't shut down and shutting down the voice itself without stopping the Mongo, then this will hold the entry still because MongoDB did not get the signal to stop internally, right? If it is 3.2, 3.0, up to 3.2, there is an issue. Like you wanted to, once this goes into that phase where the log file is not emptied, and you're trying to start the Mongo, it won't start. It will throw the error. Like MongoDB, I was talking about this yesterday. And also, just a quick recap on this one. So if that is not emptied out, then it will tell you an error message or detected unclean shutdown. MongoDB lock is not empty. This is the error it will throw in the that MongoDB lock. So what is the solution for it? If that is the case, you have to go and run the Mongo with repair. With repair, what happens basically with repair? With repair, whatever the data is available, it will come online. If there is any corruption, it will skip automatically without giving you any information. So that is but little bit risky. It may not harm you sometimes, but it if there is a genuine corruption, definitely it will come with a data gap. That's not something good. So always it is recommended that stop the Mongo server before you shut down the VM. It is recommended. So in higher version 3.2, 4, 3.6 onwards, basically it is rectified. Even Mongo is abruptly shut down because of the OS shutdown, still it recovers all the data. That is been overcome in the higher versions. But anyway, it is a good practice that you have to shut down the Mongo before you do any maintenance activities on the server. It is recommended. So not to get into the unnecessary issues. Right. This is something very important, guys. I'll spend a lot of time here, especially. You just have to be very closely follow on this slide. This slide
Sorry,
gives a lot of. Mhm.
just can you summarize what I mean yesterday? I didn't attend. Can you just
Oh,
summarize what? Yeah, quickly.
we covered about complete health, server health. How do we verify the server health and connectivity issues? How connectivity issues we can see. So we need to read the logs to find the server health, and this will give a lot of information. I spent a lot of time on this one yesterday. Especially the server status will give you a lot of information for the admin troubleshooting. Especially it will give the CPU, it will give the locking information, it will give you the sessions information, it will give you the memory information, it will give you the connections information. It will give a lot of information. I discussed a lot of time on this one. Just check it out. And
Yeah.
then how do we shut down the Mongo? there are different steps to shut down the Mongo using the one function or one command. There is a command to run. So both the things are covered. Then we talked about this, like server. How do we recover the server if it is, like if the Mongo is not stopped but the server is stopped? What happens basically? That part is covered in yesterday class.
Okay, thank you.
Now, db.help. So if you see db.help, there are many Mongo commands internally. Basically, there are many commands. Let's see. We slowly cover all anyway, almost what we do as a DBA. There are these many basic commands are available. So we use this db.admin command yesterday itself to shut down the Mongo. Aggregate, we don't use it. This is for the developer. Comes in the security. Clone database is deprecated. We are not using it anymore. Command line help. You wanted to get the help of this. We'll see this. Copy database also deprecated. It's not there anymore. Create collection we have seen. Create view, it's for developer. Create user, we will see. Current op, we are going to talk today. Drop database. db.drop database, give the database name, it will be dropped. We'll see that. Evolve is also gone, and there is a something different function is given. This is for the developer. Fsync lock unlock is we were talking about only when we had to lock the Mongo completely, then we use these options. Get collection name. See, there is few functionalities we already done. Get collection name. So if you see db dot show collections we have. Okay. Oh, where we are right now. Test. Okay. What is use db dot get collection name. Collection names, basically it is giving all collection names in the database, or else you do the same thing, show collections. Both are same, there is no much difference. We did both. So this is substitute db.get collection names and show collections. It is giving in the array format all the database name. This is giving just like each database name like this. There is no much difference, guys. Either use this one if you really like that one, or use this one, whatever it is. Show collections or get collection names. Both are same. And one database, it is giving the collection details basically. Get collection names, where it is here. Get last error. If last command is errored out or successful, it will give you 0 or 1. If it is 1 error, 0 means successful kind of. 0 means error, 1 means successful kind of. Get last error object. This is for the developers. These are all. Get last, this is also for developers. Get Mongo. So get the server connection object. So db.get command, db.get Mongo. If you run this, it is giving the connected to which server right now. This is a good command actually. Basically, to which server you connected. I use this one basically. Instead of that one, we have substitutes for each one. So I use this thing. Oh, sorry. Come on. I use this thing. Which server you connected to? Okay. Basically, this is the one I use all the time. IP is not required. We need the DNS names. So it is giving to which server you connected. It is a local host now, basically. So I have the secondary server also, Linux 02. Let's see. Do I have the Mongo there? Mongo user is there. Oh, is there? Mongo we have. Okay. Mongo host. The host is Linux 01, right? Okay, disconnected. So now if we wanted to see db dot get Mongo, what it is giving actually connected to Linux 01. This is giving the name itself. Instead of that, if I wanted to know the name, it is remote connection. I am in the Linux 02. I'm just checking to which server I am connected to. db.get Mongo. Or else use the same like what I use generally. Server status dot host. This is what I use instead of that. So this is also giving the same thing. Okay. So either of it, guys. Any of the thing is doing the same job almost. Okay. So next. I'll almost cover everything what we do as a DB, no need to worry. Get Mongo and get Mongo slave okay. This is about the replication slave okay. Without this we cannot read it. Slave okay. Get name. So db.getName actually give you the, it comes in the security anyway. Database name actually. It is a database name. If I'm giving the DB, it is giving the database name. You just give the get name of the database, it will give you the database name. There is no difference. See, we are using all the substitutes of those functions basically. So DB it is giving you db.getName is also giving the same thing to which database you are connected to. But anyway, we don't use all this all the time because we have the shortcuts. Get name, guess previous error, get profiling level. This is anyways tomorrow's topic. Profiling we'll talk about tomorrow. Replication we'll see. Sibling, write host, is master, kill ops. We will see the kill op today. Last command, logout, print collection stats, print replication info. When these all will cover anyway. Run command we have seen yesterday. How do we stop the server? All that. Server status we spend a lot of time. Set log level, profiling level. These all will be covered. No need to worry. We have a lot of topics still left. We did not finish it. By that time, what are the DBA commands will be covered. Basically, will be covered in substitute. So at least maybe I talked about DB. At the same time, you got the DB get name and show collections DB dot get collection names. So there are substitutes for that, but most of the commands as we move on will be covered in a different way, directly or indirectly, all as a DBA what we need. All right, this is called help, guys. What are the commands are available in the help? That is what it, no need to worry what are the commands are there. I did not cover all of them yet. We have the course still. We're going to talk about the rest which I did not talk about. Next, if you wanted to collection level, this is something at a database level, what we see, right? db dot, let's see, I don't think it will come like this. Okay, it is a collection level. See, within the collection level, these many functions are available again within the collection. So if you see find, we talked about bulk write, bulk, we have seen bulk order, insert and bulk order, unordered kind of. Count we know. Estimate, copy to, this is something is also deprecated, I guess. Collection by copying all the documents. I don't use it. We have a different thing. I'll talk about this for this. Convert to capped. We talked about the capped, create index, we know, create indexes, we know, multiple indexes, you wanted to create indexes. Data size, if you wanted to know the complete database collection size, will be covered today. We have that data size, total size, stats, and we have that topic today. Data size. Delete one, only one deletion, like remove, give one, it will delete one basically. Delete many, delete many or remove, both are same, guys. Remove without giving any, it will remove everything, and delete one, it will remove one record. Delete many, it will delete all the occurrences, but there is no option to delete one particular range of things basically. Distinct, do you wanted to see the documents, distinct documents? You can, it will show you the distinct documents. Okay, distinct, if at all click.
In that, can we see that delete many, because there is a filter option for the delete many there.
Delete many, filter parameters, basically delete all matching documents. Optionally parameters are all or else one, first matching or all. There is no other option. Parameter means
Okay.
one.
Because it had a filter there, so I thought you can filter the records.
No, it has all. See, delete all documents, there is no option, or else delete first. The remove also does the same thing.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Dropping the collection drop indexes, drop index or indexes, both we have seen. Ensure indexes deprecated is not gone, this is gone completely. Explain, we have seen explain and execution starts. db.reindex also I covered, like in the background, and normally we can do both kind of, right? db.find queries, we have talked about find in detail, like count, limit, skip, sort, everything we have seen. Find one record you wanted to read, find one, and find one and delete. What is this? Delete the first matching document. We wanted it anyway, it will delete only one by default, only one, as long as you don't keep it. find and delete both at a time. And the update itself, we use that, right? Filter itself will find it. You don't need to worry about that. Find and replace the document. Replace also we have seen. Finding is a condition. Replace is setting. You want it to set, then it will update. If you don't use the set, it will replace the document. Indirectly, we discussed all of this. Find one update. Update is also, see, you're finding the record by default with the filter, and updating is setting means it will update only one if you don't use a multi. So this is no need to be used. Collection dot get the object associated with the collection. Get the DB. Oh, this I never used it. Anyway, let's see it. Anyway, you're getting the database name in the session itself. Something doesn't make much sense anyway. So let's see this one. I mean, I'm just taking you through few things, guys. We already covered kind of. So collections db dot class dot get, what was that, get db? Yeah, it is just giving you the database name. So there is no use why we need to go this big kind of. You just give the db, it will tell you that. Right? Get db, get plan cache. So collection dot plan cache, get indexes. We know this plan cache anyway. We will talk about the tracing profiling tomorrow. We have the topic. Collection dot group. This is not for us anyway. We don't use all of that. Insert object. Insert. We have seen insert one, insert many. Map reduce is not for us. It is for the developer BI people. Aggregate also we don't do. Remove we talked about. Replace one. Rename collection. Rename collection we'll see basically. We have these many collections. Class 1 I wanted to make class 15. db dot rename. What was that? First you have to use the collection name. Okay. I did not use much this. So anyway, let's check it out. Where is it? Is replace one. Where it was? Insert aggregate replace. Where was it? I was talking about remove, replace one, rename collection. Okay. This is also a good function anyway. Rename collection. I'll pass the old one. You have to match the case to class 20. Let's see. What is saying?
I think we need to give collection. Dot collection.
New name and drop target. Okay. New name in the beginning itself. What is saying? Rename collection must be either take the string or an optional boolean object. It goes into this. Messing after the property. Okay, guys, we'll see this. I mean, we had to go with the course. I just was showing this, so I wanted to just run through the functions. What you see here, right? Rename name. This saying new name. You mentioned drop target. And the first does not need the quotes or what? Rename the collection. Okay, just a minute. Maybe does not need. Let's try this way. Mostly it need a string, I feel. Not defined. Okay, guys, we'll see this. We'll see. Okay, we'll see that. A rename collection, new name and drop, comma is separated anyway. There will be only two syntaxes we will follow in Mongo. Either you follow the string format, okay, If it is not doing, go with the document. If this is not
I think
doing,
class is not required, right? DB dot class is not required, right? It's required.
can be. Let's see.
Starting.
That maybe. No, that is required. I feel collection name is given, right? Let's go this.
DB dot rename collection or DB dot class dot rename collection.
You're referring it. It seems. Let's give it what you're saying. Just a minute. I need to see the Google again. This syntax purpose. Just a minute, guys. I mean, I have like different topics for today, but I'll skip this. Rename collection. I just need to the syntax rename collection. It's talking about collection, so you have to use the collection name. Method object. The heck? Rename collection record. Okay, see, this is the one is turning into this. So it goes in the quotes and the new collection. Okay. This is correct. No, first I have to use the collection name. This is the correct syntax. As per that, right? It is done. So the class is gone now. You will see the class in place of that. You will see that class 20. Class is gone. Got renamed. So that way we can use the rename and run command we have seen already, right? We have seen save object is not required. Stats we use a lot as a DBA. Storage size we use it. Collection dot store total storage size of the collection. Will give the complete collection size. Total index size. This we have seen. Total size we are going to see. The sizes total sizes I'm going to talk about today. We have that discussion. Total size, stats, all that. Update one, update many, it is same guys, nothing much. Validate slow full. I did not use this. Sharding anyway, we'll talk about it. Get shard distribution, get split key format, and get to write concern. This is for the isolation levels. There was a question on the isolation level. We have a discussion on that one. Write concern and get write concern. We'll see that. Set write concern, unset write concern, latency stats, display operation latency, histogram for the collection. Let's see. Some functions definitely new. Latency stats. I did not use that. Just one. Anyway, I'll run through at the end all the functions once. Where it is saying database this and reads latency ops latency writes latency read latency 459 milliseconds commands latency and transaction latency. I have to check on that. This is something looks good, it seems. The latency stats of the collection. Good. Maybe I'll get to know about it. Okay. Right. Let's talk about this, guys. This is something very, very important for us. So collection, see db.help, db.collection.help, which just we ran through. No need to worry. Whatever is not covered, I'll at the end I'll conclude it. These are all covered. These are all not related to us, kind of. Okay. So this we have seen, and db.version. db.version will tell you the server version. That's it. Nothing else in this to talk about. It will tell you the current server version. That's it. And this is such an important thing you need to know. It's very important. It gives a lot of information. If you understand this, you understand many of things in the machine. Basically, db.stats will give you this is stats of the database. If you see the database, how many collections we have in this 13, and how many objects total are there? Total documents objects means in 13 collections we have only 49 documents in 13 collections. And if you see average of the each document, so what is this average? This is a total data size in all collection. 49 objects occupied. This is the storage total, and this is the average of it. How do I get the average? Let me calculate quickly. See, this output is very important to understand. This will give you a lot of information for us to follow. So total 49 document, sorry, first total size occupied by the documents is 4796 divided by 949. If you see this 97.8, it is following this, like total documents divided by the total occupied. The average of object is coming like that. And how many collections we have here? 13. So if you wanted to, if for example, I'll create one more quickly, it will become 14, and you see the data size is growing and objects count also will grow. Just follow it very carefully, and storage size will remain same. This will remain same. Number of indexes 18 and 13 collections. Total index on each collection is, on all collections, is 18 indexes. 13 collections, 18 indexes together. Index size is 24 KB. 245 KB. See, 245 KB is index size, and the data size is actually only 4 KB. Only 4 KB data, but occupied actual storage is actually 3.35 MB here. All values will be given here in the KBs only. All will be given in the KBs. The values what you see are in the KBs basically. So now try to follow this. I'll talk about this at least 15 minutes. You need to understand this output especially. If I'm creating, what are the things will change? Number of collections will change, number of objects will change, data size will change, and this will remain constant because this is given space, this occupied space by all collections. Number of indexes will change, index size also will change. So let's do it first. db dot what do we say, class 100. Just one single record I'll enter. First let me say one thing, guys. I'm creating empty collection. Empty collection will take 8 KB by default, 8 KB of storage. So, and when you insert first record, it will occupy 32 KB, 32 KB, 16 KBs. Just try to closely, then only you understand this. db dot create collection. I'm creating the empty collection. Empty collection class 100 something. Okay. Now db dot stats. So let's compare and understand this. It's very important. If you see, total collections became 14 from 13. Okay, one is increased. Number of objects did not increase because I did not enter anything. Okay. If you see 4.7, this is also not increased. This is also not increased because there is no data stored. But if you see, this is grown. This value is grown. What is this? 40. Oh, let's calculate this difference. This is a higher size. Okay. Minus this is the next size. So if you see 4096, 4 KB, this is equivalent to 4 KB. So for this collection, it is given 4 KB value. For empty collection, 4 KB for value. For the collection, for index also, you see index also changed, 245, 249. Here also 4 KB will be given for every collection you create by default, minus this previous value. See 4 KB here. So as it is an empty collection, it is given 4 KB for the data, 4 KB for the index. And also let me show this quickly. I'll show this. You need to understand this, very important architecture. If you know this, what happens in the background, you understand. You don't have data? Oh, sorry, I meant to Linux 02. Right. Right, we are in this itself. DS. If you see, these many files are there. Okay. If I wanted to know LSFNL pipe wc-l. If I give total, how many files are there total? Total 77 files are there. ls-l is listing everything, but at the end I'm counting this as a file, and how many lines are there in this file? Total 77 are there right now. Okay, 77 files are there. So if I create one more collection, it will create two files, one data file, one index file by default, one index default index. So db dot, let me create one more collection. So try to follow very closely. If you don't follow, it will be tough to understand. I'm creating one more collection. If I create, it will create two files in the background. Two files means 77 files will become 79 files. Now, if you see 79, see, it is created two files. One is for the data file, one for the index. Every collection will have two files in the background at OS level. See, these many files are there. Data file and index file. Index files can be more than the data files. Each index will create one file in the background like this. Every index. You see, data files are lesser than index files. If you see how many indexes you are creating, that many files it will create in the background independently. It won't mix the data. It is creating everything. For a single collection, you'll have these many, like indexes, these many files. Data file is only one anyway, but index files will be more. So now,
Hi Ravindra, where will get located these index files?
data directory, under data directory.
Okay,
Where you have data, there itself it will create the indexes.
okay.
Okay, right. Go ahead. Go ahead. So if you see when this was created, 832, number 23. Oh, did not switch on the power. 824. Sorry, 1124. Where do you see that new file? Date also it will write anyway. 1123 is in GMT or what? Okay,
No,
new
it
file.
should be 20. It should be 24 November.
Right,
For-
right. This is the one. This is the one. 23rd November. Anything? Right. This is the one, I guess. This is the one. It is created now. Just now. Index file. Okay. Now, if you see here also, 24 November. You see it. Here it is. 24 November. This is the one we created just now. So basically, it is creating two files. And if you see, this is a 4 KB value. This value is in 4096 4 KB. Data and index both are taking the 4 KB. But as soon as I insert first record, just one record will make that file into 16 KB, 16 KB to 16 KB. So follow this carefully, because this architecture you need to know. You need to know how the collections are going to take the storage basically. So if you see guys, this one we have seen. If you see the previous case, this storage and this storage, how much difference should be there? 4 KB difference should be there. Let's quickly do it, because I created one more collection, right? This is the first one and this is the previous one, 4 KB. And this one also, you see this one also the same thing. Next I'll calculate. Why I'm doing, I'll tell you all of this. Come on, why did I do the control C? And this one, if you see difference, you need to understand. See what the, sorry. Ah, come on. Just highlighting is enough. So when we start working with Windows, that is the problem. Just I'm trying to copy, Control C, I'm doing it, it is cancel, it will close the, see, Control C means it will close the action. In Linux, Control C is not good. In Windows, we use Control C for the copy, but in Linux, it's not good. SQLDBA. Right, these are the stats now. Now we have collections called 100 and 200. db dot, okay, class. Let me insert one single record.
Suppose if I want to copy so and so lines, how can I do?
That backup restore. That is backup restore. Don't. That is something we'll talk about in the backup restore. How do we move the data? How do we? All that is the backup restore only. How you wanted to move particular lines also you can move it. We will talk about that all combination in the backup restore. Okay. Right. So see guys, go on mute. Now I'm inserting one single record. One single record. Make the collection to 16 KB data file, 16 KB index file automatically. I inserted the data. Now db dot, if you see db dot stats, total documents also should grow. 50 documents. See, one I just inserted one record. 49 it became 50, and data size also will grow. See, previously 47896. Here, if you see data size 4831, data has grown because you inserted the data. So this is purely data occupied storage, purely data occupied storage. This is given to the collection. So if you see this one, how many collections we have total? 15. 15 into 16 KB basically. So let me talk about this. I'll tell you why it came this big number. You need to understand this. If you understand this, this will give you a lot of information about the system. That is why I wanted to make you understand every output here. It is okay to spend time, but you need to know this. When you start working, this will help you a lot. See, this is the date. This is not actual storage occupied by the data. This is actual storage occupied by data. Now total 15 collections. First, let me pick up the 16 KB. 16 into 1024. These many KBs each collection into 15. You see this? It's little larger. Maybe one collection is exceeded 16 KB. 240. It should be equivalent to that. Something is bigger than the 16 KB. Really? That is a possible situation. Anyway, let me redo it. 16. Okay, 15 collections, not 16. We have only 15 collections. 15 collections, which means 15 into 1024. 15 into how do we get this? Oh, just a minute. Sorry, I missed the calculation. So each collection will occupy 16 KB. Each collection will occupy 16 KB. So 16 into 1024 is each collection size. This each collection size into 15. This should bring the correct value. Right, it's still not giving that value. Maybe one collection is exceeded the basic size already. It seems that is the reason it is not giving that. Could be. Anyway, so basically every collection when it is created 4 KB, when you insert the first document, it will become a 16 KB. If 16 KB occupied, then it will automatically expand. It will keep growing as the data is keep loading it. It is automatic function. It will keep creating the collection, keep increasing the collection size by if you are increasing the data. But if you wanted to restrict, we see in the capped collections and all, right? By default, collection can grow abnormally as you are keeping the data. But by default, it will come with a 4 KB when you create empty collection. When you insert first record, it will become a 16 KB. Then it will keep growing on there onwards. Basically, this is the minimum architecture of a collection. Clear, not clear, confused, not followed. See guys.
What about the index? What about the index after inserting the first record? That index file size also increased 16 KB.
Okay, exactly. Let me. What I'll do. I better create one new database and talk about it. You get the full clarity on this. Okay. So use, what do we call? Use, what do we call? See, what are the database we have? Show DBs. Okay, use lab database. Okay. Right now under DB, what database lab? DB.stats. Let's, if you do, you definitely get the idea, exact idea. How many collections we have? There is no usage at all. If you see, okay. As long as you don't create anything in the database, it won't activate the database. First, that is a big problem. It won't activate. It is like, it is not like a database. You need to create at least one collection. Let me create one collection. db.class insert. One collection must exist. Then only one single number, it will activate the database. db.stats, it will give the values now. Right, all the values are got. So now if you see, one collection we have, one document we have, the document size is 35 KB, and the collection data storage is actually the data file. This is the data size. What you inserted one single record, this occupied 35 KB. But actually, what is the size of the collection? Physical file collection 4 KB. What is the size of index? 4 KB. How many indexes are the default KB? 1. What is this? I'll talk about this separately, these two. Okay, but try to understand these statistics, very important to understand. Total number of collection is 1. Okay, and object size is this, basically 4 KB. Okay, here 4 KB, here 4 KB. Now you have to wait for the, I inserted one document. It should become 32 KBs by default. It takes 1 minute to run the checkpoint in the background to validate the document. Right, it turned into 16 KB. Excellent. See, we have only one document. Try to follow. This is, if you follow this, you understand the architecture of database. This is a database architecture I'm talking now. In the background, what will happen when you're loading the data? If you understand this, this will give you a lot of information. I'll take time, but I'll make you understand. That is something important. See guys, when you create a collection, empty collection, it occupies only 4 KB. Let me do it now. Let's do this. db dot create collection. So now this 4 KB, 16 KB, 16 KB, because one record was inserted. That is why I'm just creating empty collection. It will become a 20 KB, 20 KB for data and this one. And the actual data size is only 35 KB, which is occupied. So now I'm creating class collection. What was the use class only, right? Test collection, testing maybe. Okay, I'm creating a new collection. Now if I see the db.stats, it will grow by 4 KB. This one and this one. You wait for 1 more minute also, it won't grow. Why it won't grow? Because empty collection, it will be stay with the 4 KB only. If you insert at least one document, it will become 16 KB automatically. Which one? The collection size. Why it is becoming 16 KB? It is giving the room to take the documents basically in the beginning. So if 16 KB occupied, it will become a 32 KB. 32 KB will have 64 KB. It will double the size like that. Basically, double the size of the current collection size, but it has to occupy that storage. So total we have 20 KB to the all the collections, but in all the collection, how much storage occupied out of this? Only 35 KB. Are you guys are with me? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, right.
So
Show collection.
some values are in KB and some values are in bytes.
Everything is in bytes basically. I'm telling this 20 KB because it is 20,480 bytes will become 20 KB. This is in byte. This values, all values are in bytes. Nothing is in KBs. Every value we see is in bytes only. 35
Okay.
bytes it is. So
Can we
now
control the default behavior of the growth?
you don't control it actually. It is a default nature. You don't have control on this area. It is architecture. It's given by the Mongo. Database architecture you cannot control. It is default nature.
Okay, the
So now
growth factor we can't control.
you cannot control. It is a by default. They are following their own standards. Okay. See guys, I created this collection a minute ago, more than a minute ago, I guess. So it is not growing. It is not growing because there is no data in the testing collection. You created testing just now. It is just a empty collection. It is not occupied 16 KB, 4 KB only. It is staying just 4 KB. So as soon as I insert one record into the testing, after 1 minute, checkpoint will run after 1 minute, or else 2 GB of journal file we discussed in the beginning. So it runs the checkpoint after 1 minute. So db dot testing dot insert. I'm inserting one single record in it. Follow this. So s number 2, s name, I'll keep it hidden, and address. This will take a little extra space on the disk also because I'm adding more fields. Right. So now db.stats. It won't immediately will occupy the 16 KB. It is 20 KB only. You have to wait for a minute to see the actual storage. It will detect when the checkpoint runs. Now you see the total 2 collections, 2 documents. The occupied storage from 35 bytes to 103 bytes now. But the actual storage is same. It won't grow. Why? Because data has to fill up this all the space. Then the storage value will grow. Following or not following? This is a pure data. This is the size of the collection. This is also will become 32 KB now. Why? Because you inserted first record. It after a minute it becomes 32. See, 32 KB and 32 KB. But data is same, remained the same 103 bytes only. And if you take the average of this, 51.5 is the average of 2 by 103 by 2 is 51.5. If I insert one more single record, the average will change. If you see the stats, the average is 3 by 173 total, 57. The average, if we previously 51, now 57 average. How does it is giving this average? 173 divided by 3. This is the average of the object. Total 2 collection, 3 objects, and it occupied this storage. 32 KB will remain same as long as one of the collection is occupied 16 KB and expanded further. This is a given space, is occupied space. Is it clear? Say something, please. This is important. I have to move on. Is it clear or not?
Yes, so yes, can we, like you're saying that allocated space we cannot manage, you're saying, right? Even the allocated space?
No, you cannot do this. You cannot do this. Basically, this is by architecture. It will extend based on the data is keep coming in. This is telling is something occupied. This is something given because of the architecture. It is 16 KB by default of the each data file. And if the 16 KBs are occupied, it will extend automatically. Is that is clear? Yes or no?
So logically it is expanding, but yeah, physically it is present on the disk again in the particular file system, right?
This is physically expanded, physically occupied all the storage. Within the physical file, it will logically occupied 173 bytes. For us, physical file size is 16 KB. Out of 16 KB, each document will take its own bytes of storage. Till 16 KB is filled, it will not grow. Let's go. See, I'll tell you this. When you create a collection, it's not database. Collection will create 2 files minimum, one data file, one index file, because one index ID is default. This is 16 KB when you insert 16 KB. Okay, here also 16 KB. Here is. So now you insert the data here. It is 60, maybe 10 KB, 10 KB, 10 bytes basically. 20 bytes like that. It has to fill up all this, then it will extend the size. Again it will pick up the data, again extends this one, and again pick up the data file of a collection.
So in each collection, I mean, how is the data stored in, like, for example, in SQL Server, it is stored in pages, right? Data pages. So do you have something a data pages concept here, or it's only data file?
No, only data file. There is no such concepts in Mongo. Data file size and data based on the document size. Basically, what is a document size? Based on that, it will occupy the data storage. But this
Okay.
is a given storage. This is a given storage for two collections, 16 KB, 16 KB, 32 KB. And it is occupied 173 bytes. Three documents are there. 173 bytes are occupied. This value will not grow as long as one of the collection is actually occupied 16 KB. Even if I'm trying to insert fourth record, what will change? Only the data size will change, not the storage, not index anything. So let's see, fourth record. Okay, if you see the DB stats, what is changing is only this thing. Why? Because this is a pure data. What is growing is pure data, not the sizes. Oh, it become 49. What was created? Should not become 49.
Object, there was a 3 actually. Here it's object for 4.
Objects become 4. This is the documents. Objects means documents
Okay.
basically. Objects means documents basically. Okay. Object, this is the actual size of the data. This is the storage given to the data file. You keep it this way, guys. Simple. This is the complete storage given to all collections as a together sizes. If you wanted to know collection wise, you use this one db dot. Let me see. db dot testing dot total size. Use this one. This is the total size of the collection kind of. And this way you can find the total including index to index data, index and storage allocated to data file, both together 73 KB for this single collection total size. And if you wanted to know the index size, only index size of this one, you can give this total index size, I guess. All right, this is the index size of this particular collection, basically index size of this particular collection. So that way you can find the collection level information using this total size, total index size. This is data together, index and data both. Only if you wanted to find the data size, that also we have. Within a collection, data size, index size, both we can find. This is the data size in that collection. Actual data occupied size in this collection at the moment. Data occupied storage. This is the index occupied storage. This is a total given storage for the index, including everything. Total size means empty space also will be calculated. See guys, I'll conclude simply. Total collection in a database. This is total indexes in a database and all collections, total in collections, total indexes and all collections. And this is a total storage given to all collections, total storage given to all collections equivalent to database data file sizes, all database, all data file sizes. This is index space of all indexes. This is the data size of all collections. This is index size of all collections. Data size actually purely data occupied size. This is something is given space. This is something is occupied space. This is something at OS level it is taken. This is something within the files taken by the data. Is it clear or not? Say something please.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
If these are all clear, let's move to these things. This thing is going to tell you that it is going to detect the OS size of the data drive. OS size of the data drive means where we kept the files basically. Let's go anywhere. Clear. Let me clear this. Right. So there is something called df-h. This is going to tell complete file system directories and its sizes basically. Where we kept our Mongo is under var. Under var, what is the size of this? Total mount size 6 GB. This is telling that thing. Total size of the data directory. If you this is in KBs. Sorry guys. See, this is in KBs. What is given by the Mongo? It is the data directory size. Now I'm going to divide it by 1024. If I divide it by 1024 bytes to kbs, it is kbs. If I divide it by 1024 to mbs, okay. If I divide it by 1024 to gbs, so it is 6 GB. The actual data directory size is 6 GB, and out of which how much is used, file system used size in that directory. See, your data file directory is fill or not by looking at this function itself. You can tell. If you, that is the reason I'm spending time here. It is very important output for you. db.start is telling you in the data directory, this is the complete storage in your data directory. This is occupied storage in your data directory. Let's conclude this. So if you see, this is the actual size, okay, minus this is occupied. Anyway, let's calculate this itself. I'll go with this. What is the size first? 6 GB you have it. What is occupied storage? 1.3 GB. So take out this value and calculate this value. So it is giving you the occupied storage. It is giving in the bytes divided by 1024 KBs. Okay, divided by 1024 MBs and divided by 1024 GBs. So 1.26 GB it is occupied, not 3 GB. It is rounded off. It is rounded off. It is 1.3 GB. It is not occupied. 1.26 GB only it is occupied. It is giving the exact usage of the files, exact value, not the rough value, the exact. This one is rounded off. This one is rounded off to 1.3 GB. Okay. Right. If you see this value and this value, we will minus and then calculate. First, I'm taking this 1.26 only, and let's calculate this value so that you get the fair idea. This is a actual value and this is a used value. Oh, come on. Anyway, this is actual free space equivalent to divided by 1024. You'll come to KBs. 1024 will come to MBs. 4.8 GB. You'll come to 4.72. So if you see, actually it is not 4.88, but it is showing, if you see this thing, guys, if it is 6 GB, 1.3 GB is occupied. What is the free space for 4.7, but it is 4.8. It is rounded off value. This is not occupied for 1.3 GB. This is giving exact values, not the, it is giving the, calculating the exact file usage and giving the value. You are following or not following? See, this is something, the data directory where Mongo is sitting, that is the entire storage size, and this one is entire used storage in that data directory. So by looking at this, my data directory is like 6 GB. My like used space is 1.3 GB. I can say it by looking at it itself. I don't need to go to the OS files and look at df-h and then check it, kind of. I don't need to do, because database itself is telling that. Following?
Yes, sir.
So this is giving you too good information. If you know it, if you understand that, what I'm trying to say there, that is giving, like every database starts giving too much information for us. It is giving the total storage and occupied storage and total number of objects and how many indexes, how many objects, how many indexes. This will give a fair idea how many indexes people are created roughly. 15 to 20 is okay. There are not too many indexes. 15 collections and 50 indexes, something, you're creating too many indexes and something, kind of. We need to figure it out. I given the query, right, in the last class to find out each collection indexes, kind of, if you wanted to analyze indexes. Anyway, in the profiling, I'll pick up the topic again. For now, try to understand this output, complete output. It is telling you this database statistics, database name, total number of collections, total objects, documents, and this is occupied storage. This is average. This is a given complete storage to the collections. This given complete storage to indexes, and this is the total number of indexes, and this is the physical data directory usage. This is a physical data directory complete total space. If this value looks closer, you're about to fill up your data directory, as simple as it is. So you need to follow this. It is giving the great information for us to understand. Okay, this is over. If you have any question, let me know. We spent too much time here. Any questions on that output? Let's move on. Let me know if you have a question, please. Don't keep quiet. And db.collection stats. It is giving database stats. Let's go with the collection stat quickly. It won't take time. Show collections. It is the collection level statistics. We read the stats, but I did not talk about it. Let's talk about it now. What I'm going to pick up, what was we were playing with products, some data, stats. This is called collection statistics. Anyway, you don't worry about this. What are all this? This is important first. This collection part of the SQL DBA. Total size of the data is 838 KB, but total size given to the data file is 36 KB. 36 KB, and average of the object is 76. Basically, is it capped collection? No, it's not a capped collection. Basically, only these are the factors we are interested in. You don't need to worry about all this crap. At the end, you see this is also important information. Number of indexes, total size of all indexes together, and index size. This is the index size. It is occupied at the moment by this ID, and this is the index size occupied for this ID. Like this, it is giving index size, index wise size also. Was there any question? No. Okay, so in the collection statistics, you need to know only this part, size of the data and actual size of the collection, and is it capped? If it is capped, to what extent it is capped, and what is the number of documents that we have in this. Okay, this way also you can find it the statistics. Are statistics helpful in this direction only? We don't look at all other things, no need to worry. We don't look at all of this. Does not help much. KB4, so allocation size is 4 KB, app metadata. Where is anything? Cache, false, internal. No, these are all not important for us, no need to worry. Fine. This is about the collection statistics. Any questions on this you want to ask? Yes or no? Say something, please. If you clear, just clear, you can tell. Clear, right?
Good. Yes.
Right. Collections. Collection starts, total size, index size, data size, I talked about already. In a collection, we have multiple things in a collection. db.collection, any collection if you take it, we have three things to look at. It will see everything what I'm talking, it will help you somewhere around some time. That is why be careful. So db.cloud, whatever it is, so products, okay, total size of the collection, total size of, this is total size of the collection including indexes and data, and only data size. You wanted to find only data size which is occupied, okay, which is occupied. This is data occupied size, and total index size. Total index, this is the total index size. This is the total occupied data. This is a complete collection size, total complete allocated and including indexing size. Everything is given as a this 69 KB storage is given to this collection. This way you can find it out. Okay, this is about the collection. Right, this is something very important. This is anyway, we'll finish up our class with this. This is such an important thing you need to know. See, current operations. What's going on in Mongo and who is doing what? And if someone is complaining on what database people are doing it. So if you wanted to check what are the sessions are opened on this database where I'm connected right now, SQL DBA, db.current op. This is a command, you use it, db.current op, current op. If I run this, how many sessions are open? It's just giving the information like this. It is giving the OP ID. You wanted to kill the session for some reason, you can kill it. So kill db.kill op. If you wanted to, just killing it for just to show that, kill op and use that ID. It is killed. The session is killed. You have the authorization to kill. Now if I read again current op, the session will be there still because I'm connected to DB. This is my session. I'm connected to still to the database, though it is killed. It will create one more session with a different ID. You see this 5453. Previously it was running with the 55387 session ID. Now it is running 5453. It will create the session by default. Why? Because I am there in the database. What command I'm running? The command I'm running current op. It will tell you the username, the user details, user information. The security is not enabled. That's why it is not giving the user details yet. Who is running this command? Okay, and what is his ID? So if you see, this is one session. This is server name, and this is a connection for what it is showing about. Connection ID is 4 at server level. Client, what is the IP is connected from? Let me do from here better. Mongo. Come on, why it is failed? Okay. Mongo host Linux 01. Right? User skill db. db.current op. So now you observe this thing. See, it is giving the IP of the target. See, 192.168.50. This is this machine IP. If you look at here, I have it right. If config, right. This machine IP is 50 dot. It's this machine own IP. Okay. This is the current machine IP. This is Linux 02 50.12. When you look at it, is not a local host. The previously I was looking this session, it is giving this one. This is a local host IP, but this is in the remote connection. It is giving the current machine IP from which I'm connected to connection 5. This is a connection 5. This is a connection 4. Okay, on the database. And if you see, app name is Mongo Shell. MongoDB Shell means in the backend connection itself, basically. Application is Mongo Shell, and what is the driver version? What is the current Mongo Shell from which you are connecting? 3.6. 3.6. And this machine architecture, it is a Linux release 7.6. It is detecting everything about the client. Architecture is CPU 64. Version is kernel version is this. Active, the connection is active at the moment. And what is the operation ID? OPID means operation ID. What I'm running at the moment. It is giving the details like this. So database level, what are the open connections? You have it, use the database and use the current op. That is going to tell the number of sessions open on the database. But if you wanted to know all the sessions, this is a query we will use it on the server, all. So if I run this, it is going to tell you all the sessions from whichever the machine is created. So if you see, there is one connection from this IP, and local, if you see internal 13 sessions are there, local one session is there. I'll create one more connection from this one intentionally. So how many connections should be there with this IP? How many connections? Total 2. See, this IP is created 2 sessions now. I connected to Linux 02 twice intentionally to show this count. So it is giving the IP wise connectivities. Internally, it's total 16 sessions are there. Out of which 13 are internal. What are the internal? If you wanted to know the internal, db.current op, use true. This will give you the complete information about everything at server level. If I run this, these are all internal sessions. You see, these are the server level connections, guys. Complete connections on all Linux. This is a connection 4, this is a connection 6, and you have one more connections, right? Where it is? It is connection 5. All connections it is displaying, all connections. Okay. So if you see where it is connected to, basically Mongo shell application and everything. And if you see Mongo shell is 4.0, it is local 4.0. It's a remote. This thing is okay, this is gone from here itself. It started this one. So localhost. If you see, this is a 3.6 shell version. This is a 4.0 shell version because it's a local 4.0 server and 4.0 shell. But here we have 3.6 shell, and it is giving the 3. Shell version also. Very good information it is. And active true at the moment. And these are all. See guys, logical session cache reap and logical session cache refresh, session killer, white tiger, where it is, white tiger checkpoint thread, it is runs a checkpoint, free mon, it is about monitoring of MongoDB basically, white tiger, session sweeper, and these are all internal process, no need to worry about it. Internal listen, FTDC, and all right, TTL monitor. We talked about TTL monitor. Did you remember TTL indexes? We created TTL index. When it is running the TTL index, it will write active. It is cleaning up the data every 30 seconds. We given the TTL expire after 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds, this will trigger and then clean up the data. When it is triggering and cleaning up the data, this will show as a running active instead of false. You guys are following or not following? It is giving the complete server level sessions, whoever, wherever you are connected from. Okay. Internal, we have 13 internal and 3 external. External means Mongo shell level. So this is going to tell you the most of the information. What we are talking about, open sessions on the Mongo. That's it, nothing else. Troubleshooting will come in the tomorrow class. Complete troubleshooting is tomorrow. I'm going to pick up. But now, what you need to understand, these many connections are open at the moment. Someone is asking you example, how many, what is going on the Mongo? You can tell this is output as you can give it. So is Mongo receiving the traffic? Yes, it is receiving the traffic from these servers. You can give the details like that. See, server is restarted. Application servers also restarted. Do you see the server traffic is coming to the server? By looking at this output only, you can tell that, okay, we are receiving the traffic from so and so servers. Following or not following?
Yes,
When
following.
we do the activity, they'll ask you,
This,
are the traffic is coming to the server? How do I say, when I run this command, it will give all the web server details. So we will give that IPs and details to them. They'll tell, okay, these are the web servers. Okay, traffic is sitting. That is evidence. Okay, this is about the current top. Current top true is a database level. Current top is a particular database. Current top true is server level. Complete sessions. You wanted to kill one session, kill op id, the operation id, you can give it any operation id you wanted to kill it, you can kill it. Example, I wanted to kill this, what is the id I had to pick it up for this session? Host is this, where is this id is given here, local host, it's a remote host only. Why it is not giving the id? It is given here, 6 connection number 6. This is the id anyway. You see the 43614 39 53. This is operation ID. That's not the one. It's not showing the ID here. We need the ID to kill the session anyway. We are trying to kill this. What it says 43612. Killing is not that frequent, don't worry. 43,612. It is killed. Okay. If it is okay, it is said it is killed. What is killed actually? 43,614. It is active false. It is not active at the moment. Current op time. Not good. It is not giving the session ID. Okay. Anyway, well, see, I'll look at that. Why it is not showing the ID of this op ID? We need to know this ID to kill the session. This thing, operation ID. If you wanted to kill this 6270, how to use that op ID? 6270, right? 6270. Is it correct? Where is this op ID? 6270, right? If I kill it, if I actively connect it to it, it'll create the session again anyway, but with a different ID. See, 6360. It was killed and reopened because I already connected to the database already. Because I'm running in the SQL DBA and it is connecting into the database automatically again. So anyway, you wanted to kill a session, you use the operation ID like that. We have 12 minutes. Can I do this? I have to take tomorrow. I'll
Session
finish
ID.
this. Yeah. What was you saying, Santosh?
So those session IDs are randomly generated, right?
It's a
It's not
random.
any kind of. Okay.
It's a random algorithm. It will give an ID. It's random. It's not fixed anyway. Actually, let's talk about this simple topic only.
Can you give me
I'll
can you give us the two commands like which is showing the summary of the number of connections and detailed
yeah
session?
I'll share this today. I'll share. And if you wanted to know at server level also, this will also, we don't use this, but we have a OS level command also to show you that. Okay, I'll send that. No need to worry. If I run this, come on, it's a Mongo user. Okay, just a minute, guys. At OS level also you can find it. There is a way to find, but anyway we don't use. Officially I don't use this, but we have that command to run. So it is giving all the Mongo user sessions at the moment, and it is going to tell you all the sessions of that user, and it is not too good. Localhost established on this port. Not this one. Voice level also there should be some command.
PSI-F?
No, not that one. Not that one. It's a different story. It is about talking about whoever making what kind of connections on which port. Remote host also should be given. It is not giving. Anyway, it's not much useful. The only thing you follow this. I'll share this. No need to worry. I'll share this today with today's video. That is important. The rest of the things anyway are simple commands. We have 10 minutes. I'll just give an idea today. Tomorrow we'll finish this. Okay, and the managing the log files. So how do we manage the log file? Let's talk. What is log file first? Clear this CLS. Right. So cd var mongodb. I guess log I kept it. Here we have the mongo log file. We know that location. Now if you see this is the size of the log file, and if you see what is the entries we have, we need to just know. Come on, I need to be sudo. I'll just talk about it, guys. Tomorrow I'll finish it anyway. 1309 records are there in the mongo log file. And if you this is going to record every event, like you're creating a collection, you're deleting a collection, you're altering the collection, you're getting some error. Every error what you trigger in the Mongo is going to record in the log, event log. It generates server level lot of events. If you see, if you read everything what is there in it, just for the sake of understanding, don't read everything when it is a big. Generally you use the tail or else top. So it read 1300 records basically. So it is recording a lot of information, and every time it restarts also it will append the log into the same file. That is the nature of it basically. If you wanted to recycle that log file, if you don't recycle over a time, it can occupy all the storage of the log or the drive. I've seen 30 GB, 40 GB Mongo log files. That big is absolutely bad. So when it is occupies the issue, then you have to recycle the log file. So this big file it is. Okay, it is like keep loading the information into it. So what I'll do, if I restart the Mongo, let's see how many files, how many this thing we have. Total 1309. So I'll stop and start the Mongo. Let's stop. db.admin command. You guys remember yesterday we did this? Shut down true. If you are not under master database, you have to use the admin. If you are under master database, run command. Shut down the Mongo. Now I'll command restart the Mongo from here. Mongo user only can do it. Mongo D F it is Mongo. All right. Now let's come to the log file here. Previously 1309. Now you see 14.2. 100 log files have grown. 100 entries are gone. So like that, you restart, you reboot many a times, and then loading lots of event into the Mongo log file. It will keep only one file, and then it will keep growing in the background. If it is really grown big and then it is causing the disk space issue, you had to recycle it and delete it to claim the space from the log file. You're not supposed to delete this directly. You're not supposed to. You have to recycle it. How do we recycle the log file is something, the topic here, what we are going to talk. So there is small command to rotate the log file. So db dot in the Mongo. So either you run from the admin, use admin. If it is admin database, db dot run command is enough. Run command is enough under admin. If you are anywhere and out of admin database, use admin command. See, yesterday also I was talking about this, but quickly. When you're shutting down this one, if you are not under C, shut down the server from any database you are connected, we can use admin database. Admin command you have to use so that it will go and use admin by default. If you are already under admin database, use the run command. Admin is not required. Admin also you can call it, but run command will work. So if I am there anywhere, if I use the run command, it will not work. Let me show this quickly. This is also information you need to know. Use SQL DBA. Okay, db.run command trying to log rotate. I am going to do the log rotate. I want to rotate the log true. This is a simple command, does the rotate anyway, but it will throw the error. This run log rotate may only run against admin database. You have to connect to admin database run command. It is saying that, but I don't want to do that. db.admin command I can run from anywhere now. Log rotate true. It is done means it is rotated the log file. You see the one extra log file. Look at new file. See, this is a current log file MongoDB. This is archived. It is rotated means this is the archived. This is no more used by the Mongo. This is the one Mongo is using right now. You can clean this up. So remove it so that disk space will be cleaned up. So whenever Mongo log file becomes too big, rotate and delete. That is called log rotation basically. How many times you run, that many times you'll keep rotating the log file. I mean, so
What
example.
happens when you rotate a file?
It will whatever the content it has, it will move to the archive. It will create a new file, empty file altogether.
Okay, what about, okay, the logs, the one are deleted, that is not used anymore.
These are events, right? Basically, it's not just events. Whatever is there is the events. It's not data. It's only
Okay.
information. So anyway, it is causing the issue. You know that it is occupying it. We don't read the log too frequently anyway. If something went wrong, and there we will look at it. Server is online, everything is fine. Log is occupied. You are good to delete it. So you rotate and delete that
Okay.
to claim the space. So I ran 5 times log rotate, so it is created 5 files. Only this is the current log file. You are not supposed to delete this. Only this can be removed now. So this is called log rotation. This is very important activity. This will save you a lot of times from the disk alert. I did lot of times this log rotating and deleting.
So we can run like a cron, this log rotation for every.
Right,
We are saying
right. You said
every day.
very good. Yeah, you can run a cron, but you have to schedule on weekly basis, something like that, or daily basis. Depends on your how many days you wanted to keep the log. You can run the cron. Same command. You can trigger it from the even from the OS also if you wanted to trigger. So there is some command. I kept it in this one. I'll conclude this tomorrow quickly. Anyway. So there is something small command, kill sig user 1 and MongoD process. This also will do the log rotation. Anyway, don't use this. I don't recommend this. Auto is MongoD session ID 14490. Oh, come on, why it is copying all this? Copy. Don't use this, but it can also do the same thing. It will signal the Mongo recycle it 14490. I need to use sudo. You see one more file, it will generate. If I run the same command again, it will generate one more file like this. So even you run this also, it will do the recycle of the log file at OS level, but it is not recommended. Do from the product only log rotate. We use the log rotate command to rotate that and delete it if it is occupied more space. And cron also good option, he said, like, you run the cron log rotate multiple times, it will take care. How do you rotate? How do we run the cron is something different topic. In the backup restore, we will do the automation, dumping the database backups automatically. You need to take the backup, right? I'll talk about I'll talk about this cron jobs. Okay. So we have done, right? Okay, anyway, I'll conclude this tomorrow, guys. No need to worry. It is like 10 minutes topic tomorrow and then move to the next topic. Log rotate, I did not finish it yet. Just theoretical I'll talk and then explain over 10 minutes and then move to the next. Profiling. Tomorrow class is such an important topic. The complete tracing of load, you can do it. Tomorrow I'm going to talk profiling. Profiling is very important. Where do we use the profiling? When do we use the profiling? And how you trace the load, how you read the execution plans, what is traced by the profiling. So tomorrow topic is especially important. Okay. So any questions from today's discussion? Anyone?
Yeah, Ravi. So, Ravi, at the time of installation for the Mongo, so we created a data folder and log folder, right? So this log folder, this file goes to the log folder, right?
Right.
Then the data file we have, which we saw, right? So like index files and the data files. So data documents, those are will be the. So is there any concept like in the database level log files which we have in a SQL, right? So is there
No. Only there is no database level. Server level is journal. Only journal. That is what I was talking about, the
Okay.
architecture already.
Only the correct. Okay, only the journal. Okay.
Journal itself is equivalent to your complete database server, log kind of. All database is one log. It's like a temp DB in the SQL.
Okay.
Every
So right.
database
So
will write the log into journal only.
okay, got it. Yeah.
Through journal, it will go to the data disk, actual files. First, it will write the data here and it will apply to the actual files. These are the actual files. It goes to the checkpoint. If it is rebooted all of a sudden, this will contact the journal and pick up the data. If it is when abruptly shut down, something is not synced up with the files, it will sync up. I discussed all the architecture in the beginning. The same thing. We don't have a database level log like SQL or DBMS. Here we have a server level logging, right? All the operations logging will go into journal. From the journal, the data will sync up.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are transaction logs.
Yeah, transaction log. Yes, you can say that transaction log. You don't say transactional log here. That word we don't use. But in journaling, we'll call it as a journaling. That's it. Journaling is it equivalent to transactional terminology wise. Yeah. Any other questions? Fine.